when Joe was 8, he was at the cricket club I played for, and he was in the dressing rooms nicking my bats.
Even when the conditions are not ideal to practice, he will find a way to practice.
He's reminding the youngsters who come into the side, the likes of Jacob Bethel, how great it is to play Test match cricket. He's not just a wonderful player, but he's a fantastic human being.
Well, firstly, his work ethics, because I've seen him, whether he fails or whether he succeeds, his process doesn't change.
What a man. But now in studio we have with us Chiteshwar Pujara, another dapper look. He's done a bit of accessorizing today, looking very sharp.
Looks sharp, doesn't he?
But I want to talk about something that Joe Root just said in that interview. You do it for that 8 to 10 year version of yourself, to be able to think back to him and live up to his expectations and put a smile on his face. What a beautiful reason.
Yeah, I mean, and I can say that when Joe was 8, he was at the cricket club I played for, and he was in the dressing rooms nicking my bats. You know, so him and his brother Billy played at Sheffield Collegiate, which was where I was playing. I played with his dad, Matt, and then they've got you know, their mum Helen is a cricket tragic as well, and then Grandad Don. So Don is the guru. Grandad Don is the one that would give. So if Joe gets out for 150, Grandad Don will be ringing him last night saying you should have got 200. And why did you give some runs away? So he's got a cricket mad family, you know, and he's always been obsessed with the game. He's always loved the game. His brother Billy actually was the most talented of the two when they were really small. Billy could bowl leg spin, bats left-handed. He could play all the tricks when he was a kid. And Joe was the really quiet, like, youngster in the corner, but was always batting. He always had a bat in his hand. He always wanted someone to throw in, you know, the orange wind balls. So he'd get someone with an orange wind ball. He'd try and spray the grass so it was a bit skiddier, so he could face quicker bowling with a little bit more skid. And then he'd go in the nets and he'd create a little bit of rough so he could play all the sweeps and play against spin. He's always been a cricket lover, and that's the enthusiasm. I said it on the BBC last night. Usually in cricket, in Test match cricket, when you play for such a long period of time, you like youngsters coming into the side because they bring the enthusiasm and they remind you of why you're playing the game. Well, Joe is that person now. He's reminding the youngsters who come into the side, the likes of Jacob Bethel, how great it is to play Test match cricket. He's not just a wonderful player, but he's a fantastic human being.
That's absolutely wonderful. But let's talk to you about Joe Root. You've played against him a fair bit. You've been in the slips while he's been at the crease. What, according to you, makes him last at the crease for so long?
Well, firstly, his work ethics, because I've seen him, whether he fails or whether he succeeds, his process doesn't change. I've seen him many times, even sometimes in Indian condition when it has rained, and I've seen him that you have net areas, it's completely covered. He went onto a cement patch, which was there just near the pitch area. He went there, asked someone to do some throwdowns. So that shows that even when the conditions are not ideal to practice, he will find a way to practice. So he doesn't compromise on his preparation, and that's the best part I like about him, because he's very thorough with his preparation. He analyzes the opposition. He also analyzes, he did mention in the interview that he also analyzes his game, what goes wrong, how can he get better. And when you can do that after a certain age, that's where it's very important, because if you are a young player who is looking to learn the game, you always do that. But when you become matured, you know your game, but he's still willing to go that extra yard to work on his game, try and find his mistakes, try and rectify them. He keeps working on his game, and he keeps getting better and better, because after 30, it's never easy to get better with your technique, with your game. He also works on his fitness. I think this is the fittest version of Joe Root I've seen, because even in his younger age, he was fit. I'm not saying he wasn't fit, but now I think this is the fittest Joe Root I've seen. So that will also allow him to play for another at least 3 years, I would say. But yeah, he's a smart cricketer. He thinks about his game. He thinks about the opposition, and he's always ahead in the game.
There's also a lot to be said about how he didn't get carried away with that see ball, hit ball philosophy when baseball came in. He held his own and got the team management to back him, to say, you do you, play your style of cricket, and we'll back you.
I think he also showed that he could play that way. That first year, he was playing, some amazing shots, that reverse sweep against Shardul Thakur to get to 100. when you look back on that, you see the slow-mo replays of that. That actually was a very good delivery if he had looked to play normally. But he did that reverse sweep and he actually hit it for a 6. So to be able to hit a good ball for a 6 and a reverse sweep, a shot that he's not used to, just tells you the skill set that he has. And yes, I think over a period of time, I think he realized that, he'd got out a couple of times. That doesn't make you feel good. I still think that, Rahul Dravid, his highest score is 270. He got out playing, looking to play the reverse sweep and was bowled in Pakistan. I'm pretty certain that maybe when he thinks back on it, I shouldn't have played that shot. I should have, gone for the cover drive or whatever it is. But yes, I think he's made that adjustment. And I think because he's been scoring runs so consistently and at a good pace, he's no, slack with the bat. So I don't think the England team management will have any issues with his rate of scoring either.
Fourth Test, live now. Watch it on TV channels of Sony Sports.